Hello, hello, good evening, and welcome to Candy's Crafts Corner. How are you all doing today, this evening? Uh, it's April 12th, it's almost the middle of April. Can you believe that? I can't. But here we are. So here it looks like it's winter. I'm coming from New York, and it's quite snippy today for middle of April. But anyway, in Tuesday will be 90. So that's how our spring is here. Very crazy. Anyway, so because we're like only a few weeks away from Mother's Day, I thought that we could do some Mother's Day cards ideas. And I'm using several things, but the common thread today is going to be the add-ons wonderful scene. Because, I just realized this is wonderful scene. Something it says in English. Some wonderful scenes. Anyway, so wonderful scenes. Sorry, I just was distracted by the labeling. Hi, Teresa. How are you? Oh, guess what? I don't see the comments coming live. Oh my God. Anyway, never mind. I'm gonna ignore it. I'm gonna try to see your comments on the bigger screen, but I cannot see really the live comments, which is a shame. But anyway. So wonderful scenes. These are the add-ons that you can get for about, I think they're usually $12 when you're a subscriber to Paper Pumpkin, and they coordinate with 3 Paper Pumpkins. And even though we're not using Paper Pumpkin materials today, I thought that I'd show you how useful to have these cheaper dies can be to have them in your toolbox. So we're gonna use today the wonderful here, which I love, and the flowers and the butterflies. Okay. So for instance, I used all of them on this Slimline card, the wonderful. Then I cut with the alphabet dies, the big alphabet dies. So we have mom, and we have the butterflies, which I added some color with the blending brush, and Wink of Stella, and then the flowers that I embellish with a little pearl each. And then we have this Model Day card that doesn't use the sample, doesn't use the butterflies and the flowers that I want to use, but I'm going to put them right here in my card now because that's what I meant to do. And I was distracted and I put this branch and then I didn't want to take it off. But anyway, so this is a Fanfold card that opens like that. I can't remember how this is called, but it's a cute Fanfold. Very easy, but effective. I like it. And I'm using the Flight and Airy birds again, because, as I said, this is a week for birds for me. I mean, after seeing the woodcock in Bryant Park. So that was very kind of cool. And last one, I've been wanted to try, this got unstuck here. I've been wanted to try one of these flowery envelope cards, and it's gorgeous. I think. I hope you like it. It's very effective, and guess what? It falls flat for mailing. But then when you open it, pops up like this. See, this one has 2 layers. You can do a simplified version. I'll tell you how. And you can use any color cardstock. My envelope is white, just because there's so much color in the flowers that I wanted to keep my envelope simple. And here I added some of the flowers inside are the flowers in the wonderful scene dies, and the butterflies are right here. Okay, so anyway, let's get started. Hi, Ginger. Hi, Sandy. And hi, Deborah. Thank you all for joining. Look how many people. 6 people. Oh, I haven't had a raffle in a while. So 6 people's call for that. And I tried to do this technique that I saw on stage, which is like ruching a strip of paper as if it was a ribbon, but for some reason this gets unstuck. I don't know why. Maybe I should put a more adhesive here. But anyway, you get the idea. We'll start with this card, the Fanfold, which we did in one of our team meetings mystery project, and then we'll thank you so much, Deborah, for sharing. That helps me a lot. And we did that in a team meeting. Actually, didn't attend that team meeting because I wasn't on stage, but I had the materials. I tried to figure it out, and then our team leader Linda helped me with because I couldn't figure out. After seeing the photo and having just the materials, I needed the scores, but now I have it all, so we can do it and we'll replicate it. Okay, so I'm using cardstock, a strip of cardstock. Oops. That is 4¼ by 11, and then I have another piece of cardstock that is 5½ by 4¼ and this is gonna be your base. So this goes here, and then this will be two C folds, and it will be glued here on top. So this is our card base, and we need to score this. And we score it at, oops, I just realized I left my trimmer there. Wait a second. Thankfully it's not too far. Here's the trimmer. Sorry, I kicked the camera. All right, so we're gonna score it. Oh, how do I put it? Right here. All right, so we have to score it at 2, 3 3¾ 7¼ and 9. So we start 2, and we say scoring, so take your blade out of the way. 2, 3¾ I'm opening the arm to get 7¼ and 9. So basically you can actually turn it around and do 2 and 3¾ with this one too. But anyway, and on each side. Sometimes I prefer to do that because then I don't have to open the arm. And it's not that I'm lazy to open the arm, but as you heard, I dropped something because I have very limited space here on my TV tray. So we're gonna score these folds. We'll score burnish, I must say, in a C-fold way, like that. And you'll see that the top is a little bit bigger than this part, so this will be hidden. And the same with this. And that. So now you have this closing that if you measure it properly, it's just perfectly set up. Okay, so that's our action, and that will go here. So let's start putting strips here. So then we need coordinating cardstock, and I'm gonna use the same birds because I like the birds, you know me. And I think I'm gonna use these birds this time. No, these are gonna go here. These birds are gonna go here. So these strips for the wider part have to be 1 3/4 by 4, and the ones that go here are 1½ by 4. And then here you can have the 1½ by 4 too. This is gonna be covered a little bit, so if the measurement is not exact, and you have a tiny, smaller one or thinner one that you got strip of paper from another project, you can totally use that. And now my question is, let's start questions too, since I have 7 people. Yay. Let's start asking questions. Do you think I should have both with the birds, or one with birds and one with flowers, like this one? As you can see, this is a continuation of this. Maybe this looks nice, but I can also do more birds on this side. So let me know what you think. Is this too many birds? I'm thinking that we're gonna put this here later. I mean, it won't cover the birds, so it's, what do you guys think? I'll let you think about it while I put my other layers, which are gonna be flowery layers of another kind. So I have here, I think I'm gonna do it in pink. What did I do here? Oh, I did pink, but maybe I'll do it in blue. There you go. I had both, just in case. I'll do the insides in blue and the outsides in, like the one here in pink. That's what I'm gonna do. All right. Never too many birds. Okay. I like birds and flowers. Okay, now we have contradicting opinions here. So birds here and flower, or birds. Think I'm not gonna put the birds on the label. I'm gonna put the flowers and the butterfly from Flight and Airy. So anyway, I love that DSP too. The bird and the bear. Okay, more people like the birds and the bears. So this is gonna be birds and the bears. Perfect. So now I'm gonna do the bottom here just to get it out of the way. Yes, I'm covering more birds. I know that. Oh, Teresa has two eastern bluebirds nesting. Oh, how nice. I love birds. Do you guys have the Merlin app from the Audubon Society that you can identify birds by the call or by the photo? It's so cool. I love it. And I thought it would only be useful here, but when I went to Spain, there was a weird bird on my mom's balcony. Not weird, but like an uncommon for the city. And I took a picture and we found out what it was. I can't remember the name now. And the app was very handy. I love it, especially for identify for the calls. That's a recording and it's very cool. Yeah, you like the birds, Sandy? I love the birds. Anyway, I bought extra of that paper. Well, I didn't buy it. I think it was okay. Before I glue these, I'm gonna actually glue this part just in case if I mess up, I can cut more cardstock. I like the birds. I like that the fact that it's watercolor paper, and I like the flowers. It's very light. It's like very translucent. I love this paper. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I'm done with it. I probably will have something else that I'll be very taken with, and probably I won't miss them that much. But you never know. I'm sure. And we all tend to hoard the paper that we like, right? So you always make it last a little longer. But now, just a reminder, we don't have celebration. This was a celebration paper, and I think, and we don't have celebration anymore. But we have the rewards program that to me is even better because you get 10% rewards for your purchases over $20, and they accumulate. So then you can get whatever you want. Okay. So that will go inside. I mean, I love these sides too. It's all the sides are nice. This is like playing Sophie's Choice every time. Yes, it's Lost Lagoon. It's one of the colors. Believe it or not, it's this one here. Yeah, probably in this part, you can barely see the Lost Lagoon. These leaves are Lost Lagoon. So I could have used one that was more coordinating with Lost Lagoon. But, well, anyway, I use the other one. Because I haven't used this big one. The big birds with the bigger flowers, and I thought it would be kind of cool. So now these are the strips of 1.5 by 4 that we put in the inside panels and also in the outside of our card base. And pretty much we're done. Almost. We're gonna put this for your note here. I know you're all familiar with this Fanfold because we did it in the team meeting. But yes, the $5, Teresa is saying that we also have the product of the month, which you can get for $75. With a $75 purchase, you qualify to have the product of the month for $5. This month is a beautiful, not embossing folder die that it's a kind of a background die, which we never had before, background dies. Or rarely. We've had them, but not rarely. And I ordered it already because I want all my $5 products. And I'm supposed to get it tomorrow. So we'll see. Okay, now the key to this is you have to keep it hold it and center it as best you can. And it helps when you use liquid glue because, sorry, I was off screen for a little bit, but I had to make sure that it aligns. So, you know, I think it's pretty center. What do you think? Can push it maybe a tiny bit. See, it moved a little bit. I love liquid glue. And here's our card. Isn't it fun? All right, so let's work on the, oh, don't tell me I don't have my, oh yes, I do have my Lost Lagoon. Yes, good. On the label. So for the label, I'm using the scalloped wishes. And I love scalloped wishes very much. And because it's kind of lacy, it's very delicate. I love it. So we have this, and this is going to be a problem, I can tell you, because usually I like to stamp it first and then die cut it. But you know how I feel about die cutting in person, but this may work. We'll see. It's kind of hard to stamp it because it's very, the stamping goes right to the edge. So it's hard to see sometimes. But anyway, we'll try. And if not, we'll live with it. But if you do it at home, it's better to stamp it first and then die cut it. But let's see if I can see here the top. But I think this is good. Let's see. I use my mat that I did say. It's a little off center, but we're going to live with it. Okay. And I'm going to put now my, you can also disguise it a little bit by just cutting the extra white here. We can try to do that. See if it doesn't look too hokey. Just because, you know. You're not supposed to do this, but let's see. Pretty good, right? So that's a trick. The other trick would be to actually put it like this upside down so you can actually see and feel with your fingers where the edge is. But the best thing is to stamp it first and die cut it later. And I don't have too many Mother's Day, so I went to Welcoming Windows and got this. That's an old set that we used to have. And I got this, hope you have a wonderful Mother's Day, because it happened to fit here perfectly. And I should have used my mat, but it looked perfect to me. And now we're going to close it to avoid accidents. And we're going to layer this. Ideally, in these little holes is where these little 3 dots go. So you have to move it around to make it fit. And it covers a little bit the edge of the hope you had a mod. It's a little tight with this, but I didn't want to use it without it because it looks so much nicer with, right? So, all right. I'm gonna start with this. Once you align the ones on the sides, then the other ones in theory more or less fit. So I'm gonna try to gain a little bit so I see more of the hope there. But that looks pretty good to me. Okay. All right, and now we're just gonna put this here in dimensionals. And where are my dimensionals? My little dimensional booklet. We're gonna put dimensionals only on the left side or on the right side. You can choose. I'm using my left side. And just 3 will do it. You close it. You center it where you want it. I want to see the birds. So, oops, further up, further up. I think that's good enough. All right. So now, as I said, I wanted to feature these add-on dies. These have a little bit of color there for the next project. So I'm getting the white ones because this already has a lot of color. So I just want some white flowers there and maybe a butterfly here. We'll see. Or maybe we do all of it. I had a white butterfly here. I spent 3 days die cutting stuff, especially for the last card of all the flowers that we're gonna do. All right, where is my white butterfly? Oh, here we go. All right, so this, you see, they have the little detail here. You can actually use it to fold it like that. And then you just can put a dimensional glue dot and it just, it's so pretty. But before we do that, I'm gonna put some shimmer on it using, okay, oopsie. Let's see if I have my silicone matte that I cannot see now. Where did, oh, of course, because I'm using for the flowers. Never mind, no silicone matte. We're just gonna use, I'm gonna put something, just I don't want to get this messed up. So I'll just use one of my little St. Jude Hospital notebooks. Can you see me? I'm just putting Wink of Stella here. Yeah, the envelope card is a labor of love. I actually did it created the other way instructions. I love her projects. And you know, these usually they're very wow looking, but they're not extremely difficult. It's not for your beginner crafter, but you know, it's nice. All right, so we have my butterfly. Now I have to select where I want these flowers. I could have put some color in them, but I really want the white, you know, because there's a lot of color in this card already. So I'm gonna put the flowers here, just with a little bit of glue. Just tiny bit of glue, because I don't know exactly where they'll be sticking to. I want not to cover my birds. And I want them to poke up a little bit. So they're only glued in the middle, and then I can just leave the petals right there. And then my butterfly, either we put it right here and we put it all in the bottom, or we can put it here on the side, like the butterfly is coming to the flowers, or we could put it here. Actually, I like it up there, but then everything is on this side. How about if I put it right there? Yeah, I like it like that. So this is gonna go a glue dot, if I can find them. Oh, here they are, right on my table. All right, and then I like to use my pokey tool, which you can have also on, you have on your, take your pick tool. I just have this one that is just that, just to press down the glue dot, and then it leaves the wings up a little bit. But you know what, I think I'm gonna put some wing of Stella in these flowers too, just because I think they need it. Even though I'm gonna put some pearls in them, just a little bit. I can't wait to have, we have coming up in the new catalog in May 5th, shimmer, like Wink of Stella in all the new ink colors. And you've seen the new ink colors already. They're gorgeous. And I cannot wait to have that Wink of Stella in every color. All right. Oh, and we're going to put something else here. I can put one of the birds, or I can put more flowers. Let's see if I have a little cat bird here that I don't have to fussy cut in front of you. I think this guy will do. Look how cute he is. He is so cute. So I'll show you where my silicone mat is. So I'm gonna take this glue out. It dries so quickly. You saw I was using it, and look, there's all this dry stuff now. Oh, and now it's on my card. There. Oh, I guess not even taking that, it worked. I'm gonna have to do the hard thing, which is use my pokey tool to create the hole and get the glue going again. But now I need to clean my pokey tool before. This is one of my alcohol wipes. All right, so still didn't clean it super good. Let's see now. See, now it works. Try not to put too much glue, especially because I'm doing it on my card. I like to live dangerously, as you can see. All right. Thank you. See, I see the hearts. Thank you so much for the hearts and the smiley faces, but I don't see the comments live. That's so weird. I wonder if it's because I'm in the, but I'm not gonna change anything. I can see them on the screen like you can. So this is the card. That's it. That's done. Isn't it nice? All right. So let's move on to card number 2. And I want to do something before. We're going to have the raffle since we have 7 people watching. But I can wait for the raffle later. But anyway, I'm going to get my pieces. Oh, there's these, my wonderful. All right. If you give me a second. I want to show you, before we go to that one, these flowers that I made. That we're going to be using later in my last card. Okay, so here are my garden of flowers, and there's more underneath, but look at how many. I made a lot of these. I love these ones in trios in different colors, and a few, like a couple of poppies, and some more kind of daisy looking. Okay, so I'll ask you something for the raffle about the flowers later. But in the meantime, we're gonna keep working with the card. So this is a Slimline, which is 8.5 by 7, score at 3.5, and that gives you your card base. We're gonna burnish it. As I showed you, this is the card. I made it in pink before, well, in Fleur de Flamingo, and the product of the month of a couple of months ago, that is Painted Illusions paper. So here it is. So we'll keep this separate because we already did that. So we're gonna burnish the foil here so everything closed properly. And this is for the inside of our card. Okay, I guess I can put it. Did I put anything? I think I put some. Yes, we'll do that too. Yeah, let's do that first. Get the inside first done. For that, I need a blending brush and some. I guess I'll do Misty Moonlight or Balmy Blue. I'll do Balmy Blue. I have it right here. So I'm gonna get some Balmy Blue, just slightly. Put a little hint of color here, so when I put my white flowers, they stand out. Hi, Joanne, how are you? Just a hint of color, enough that the flowers will stand out. So let's find the flowers. White flowers, please. I have a bunch here. Have them in pink, in blue, and right here. See how they stand out more in contrast? I'm so happy you like it, Teresa. So let's glue this and glue the inside of the card, and that will be done. Just, I should remember to take this off because it's driving me crazy. So that's why, as I show you my silicone mat, which I would use for this kind of thing, is being used to hold my flowers in place. So anyway, so that's the inside of the card. And by the way, the inside is 8.25 by 3.25. Okay. Slimlines. I'm not very used to making slimlines, but it gives you a lot of room to design. And also, it allowed me to spell the word mom with the banner alphabet dies, well, die cut. All right. So that's the inside. Now for these, I'm going to distress a little bit the edges of the card base. Is also 3¼ by 8¼. And I'm just going to do just a, oops, sorry, making a lot of noise with my dangly things on my scissors. I'm not even opening the scissors. I just want just a little bit of pushing down. And you may not want to distress it at all, or you may want to distress it even more. I just think it adds something. You're doing okay. I'm happy. Oh, Joanne is asking, send her a card. I can't remember the embossing folder now that I use. Could it be that it was the flowery, what is it, like ornate flowers? I don't know. I can't remember. I don't remember the card. If I see it, I probably could. All right. And the same to this paper that, guess what, is also $5 product of the month paper. I think this is the very first product of the month that we had, which is True Blue Florals. Very beautiful papers. As you can see, I've used a lot of it already. So anyway, going back to my distressing here. Had flowers on it. Yes, then it was that ornate flowers. It was retired, Joanne. Yes, I remember now. It's ornate flowers, and it's the one with the basket, right? The one I sent you with the yellow background, the pastel shimmery paper, I think. Yeah. All right, I think I did 4 sides, right? Yes. It's hard to see for me here with the light, as I always say. So while I'm putting this together, oh, we have done to 5 people. 2 people left. Anyway, I show you the flowers that I made. Can you guess how many I show you? There were more underneath, but of the ones that were visible, take a guess. Don't worry, Ginger, that's fine. But do guess, take a guess while you're still here. Take a guess at the number of flowers and you may win a little prize from me. All right. So now we put this together. That's the easy part. And now we glue our layers. Nobody wants to guess? It's just like guessing the numbers. 35, 4. Deborah, there were more than 4. 4, 4 but anyway, keep guessing. 26. Very close, Ginger. 5. I should count them again because I want to make sure. 20, 24. Deborah, you won 24. Yes, and those are the ones that I have already, like, haven't used. The ones I showed you. I made even more for my first card. Deborah guessed it, so she will be getting something from me. Anyway, so now for the letters, I actually embossed. I want to tell you a little trick. I embossed the letters in the Lazy Daisy embossing folder, and then I die cut them. And believe me, that's the other way around that you should do, because this is what happened the first time. It flattened all my embossing, you see? So what you have to do is cut the letters first and then emboss just the letters. This is the leftover before I emboss the other stuff. But see the difference? It flattened it, like, because I had embossed it first, it flattened all my embossing and it kind of like defeats the purpose. And that's what I had to do it again. But anyway, I'm telling you so you learn from my mistake. And as I said, this would be very, very hard pressed to fit on a regular card base because the letters are so big. See, it's tough. So that's what I went the Slimline way. Congrats, Deborah. Yes, indeed. So I'm gonna put this in dimensionals. And this that looks a little bit flimsier is because it's the one that I had to emboss again, because that's what I did. So it broke the fibers a little bit too much, but anyway, I'm still using it. I'll use more dimensionals in this, so it gives it more sturdiness. And the trick that I do with this is I always start with the center letters and then move my way up outside. So I'm gonna glue first. Oops. Shouldn't have removed this so easily, so fast. All right, so I'm gonna remove. See what happened? I broke it, but anyway, I'll fix it. Hi, Julia. How are you? Thank you for joining. So excited. Sorry you missed the raffle. So I'm gonna fix that little tear, and that's why, because I put this to the embossing folder twice because it had flattened it. So anyway, so I'm gonna use this first. I'm gonna put this without gluing it and just put this in the center more or less, and then I can calculate where my other M's have to go, my other letters. So I think this can go like this. And if you're very exact, you want to measure it, I'm gonna eye it. And now we're gonna put the last letter. All right. Take this off. See that the equidistance to this is like my little finger, kind of. Why does this look crooked? Oh no, it looks a little crooked. It looks like this is, the leg is crooked. Maybe that's yes, that's better. All right, so that's my, oh, I forgot to say that in this one, I gave a little bit of, with my blending brush, a little bit of color around, but I thought that without the color will stand up more. And so I wanted to do it without the blending brush color. So for these little babies from or featured dies, the wonderful scenes. I don't understand why they have them in different languages. It's very confusing. Oh, wonderful scenes. Okay, I see here. I don't know what I was looking at. Anyway, so we have the wonderful, and then we have the flowers. And we don't want the pink flowers. We have blue flowers. And I have a wonderful cut in balmy blue that we're going to put right here, because wonderful mom is a great sentiment for Mother's Day. And then we're going to use the butterflies and the flowers again. So I had used a blending brush for some paper. I can show you how I did it, but I've already die cut them. With my blending brush that I was just using right here. And I got some balmy blue. And I just circle around like this. And then I put my die cut here and I cut it. And then you get this irregular, on purpose irregular hint of color that is not the balmy blue, because if you see the flowers cut in balmy blue, see the difference? And this is the balmy blue in just a like subtle thing, which I think is good enough to stand against the white, but without giving it like in your face. I think this is much like more delicate. Okay. Thank you. I'm glad you like it, Deborah. I have fun doing this card because this is kind of a little bit out of the norm for me, but I wanted to show different styles. So the first one is a more romantic style of card for a romantic mom. A mom who likes kind of like that more romantic style. I call it romantic style. I don't know what you guys think. This one is more modern, but still without being super modern. Putting some Wink of Stella on this. Just because everything's shiny. Only this time I'm only using Wink of Stella on the butterflies. And do I need like, yes, I have the little butterflies here that I'm gonna put Wink of Stella to. That's a tiny one. There should be even a tinier one. Look how tiny this is. All right. And then we have some flowers like that. And I like them. Oh, I forgot to put the pearls on these flowers. Let me bring that back, because I need to put the pearls on these flowers. Basic pearls, where are they? I'm telling you, when I organize, I put everything away, and then to find it again. Jesus, it's so hard. They'll come. Okay, here they are. And I'll leave them out because we're gonna use them for the other flowers too. Just because it gives it a more hum. It's a good thing that I'm doing it now, because it's good that the Wink of Stella dries before you put your embellishments on top of the flowers. Yes, they glue better. Okay, so that's look pretty they look like. And we're gonna do the same to these flowers here. We're gonna attach them with a little bit of glue. Just gonna put the glue, I'm gonna hold them here. I'm gonna put the glue on the base here of these flowers because they're gonna stack out of the M here. And this has the hole that didn't come out. All right. And now we put the pearls. I'm using the tiny ones. I wish I had even tinier because this is like a really tiny flower, but still. All right. So that's that. Then we're gonna do another set of flowers in here, in this other M. Again, I'm just putting glue where the flowers are gonna stick. Yes. Is the card Slimline size? Yes, Julia, yes. And thank you for answering Julia's question. I was just here paying attention to my gluing. But yes, it's exactly why, because I just showed that it's very hard to put these large banner alphabet letters in a regular size card. And, you know, it's like, as you often point out, Julia, there's more real estate to play with in a Slimline. So we're going to put some pearls in this. And you see, I just saw you, it's probably from my view that the dimensional was trying to poke out. So this, I'm going to put a glue dot and I'm going to put it right here. And then I press down. And I love how when you put the glue dot, you press down in the middle and these wings prop up. I like it. And I'm going to do the same for, I'm folding my glue dot here because this one is a smaller butterfly. And it gives a little bit more dimension too. Because it's not, see how it kind of props up a little bit? It helps. And then I help it a little bit more because I want it just like, I just landed on this M. Actually, I want it a little bit more on the side coming out. But anyway. And then the last one, I don't think I can put, I think I just glued it because it's so tiny. It's teensy, teensy, teensy. So it's just gonna put a little bit of glue. And I'll put it. I'm gonna put it right here. Oh, it doesn't wanna, okay. Right there, just because that's where it landed. All right. So that's my card. Oh no, we forget to add the wonderful because mom is wonderful. So now you have to, for this one, because it's so thin, I wanted it, in this one, I wanted it more up in this one. But I think I'm going to do this a little bit farther down, the wonderful. And I'm going to put the glue in the letters I attached. So in the full and the on, okay, of wonderful. So just a little bit because it's so thin. The full and the on, right? We said just a little bit there. And now you have to remember to put that where you said you were going to put it. That in the middle, the on and the full. There we go. All right, so that's the second card. Isn't it cute? And we'll have our flowers in the inside. You could decorate more if you want the inside. I'm gonna leave it as that. And I like it. I hope you do too. As I said, this is for a more modern mom because of the big letters. I love embossing the letters. I think it adds a lot to it. And, I love the wonderful. So, anyway, moving on to the last card of the evening, which is the envelope card. For those who had missed it and they joined late, here's, I think I didn't do this long enough and it's sticking out, so I'm just gonna glue it. So this is a little bit, as I was saying, like a technique that they showed on stage. Kim McGillis showed it, and it was a ruching of a strap of paper, and I love how it looks. It gives it a more, it's kind of like a ribbon look, but you can use just any paper, the DSP that you have. So that's pretty. So this is the envelope card that I was talking about. That it falls flat. You'll need to make an envelope that's square and it's 5.5 by 5.5, and it would fit in it. But of course, you're gonna put more postage in it because it has a lot of cardstock. That's the reason why I didn't use the thick cardstock. I used the regular white. The lady who idea this was created the other way, she used color cardstock, but I wanted my envelope to be white, at least to begin with. But anyway, pretty cool, right? So let's go to it. I may have done things a little differently because she said she was gonna give the instructions in inches and metric, and then she just did metric and I got lost a little bit but of the combination, but I think I got it. So I already pre-cut it, but I'm just gonna tell you what it is. So this is a card base that's 5 1/8 by 11. So you can actually do it from one sheet of cardstock, and then you score it at 4, 5, 9, and 10 inches, and then it goes like this, because this was the whole piece, right? And then you discard 1.5 inches from one side of this because you want to keep this part of the 4. This is 3, so you measure 3 inches, and then you cut from the 4-inch here all the way down at the 3-inch height here. And then once you have this strip, you clip 1/4 inch here, no, half an inch here, and 1.5 inch here, and then you end up with this piece. This is gonna be your middle piece. If you do this, that's kind of like the base. And then this is the piece that you put in the middle, so you can actually put more flowers. And you need to cut the 1/2 inch here, because if you have an inch, it would be just like this, and it wouldn't have any room. This way, you can lay it out against the bottom of the back part. Once this is like this, and then it gives you the piece in the center. Okay, so before we do that, we have to give the envelope shape here and here. So let's do that. I just didn't want to complicate things. If you can ask me if you want to do it, please ask me and I'll give you the instructions again. I hope it was clear enough. I just didn't want to spend so much time measuring and showing all these things that are more boring, and I know you guys know a lot already. So we're gonna measure 2 inches here, and I go to my gutter and I put like a little part there, and then we're gonna go on the side and we're gonna measure 1 inch. I'm measuring from this side of the, so 1 inch and 1 inch. And now I'm gonna cut this like that. And then I'm gonna do the same, line up my marks. And like that. And now we have the top of the envelope. Okay? And now we have to do the same here. So this is my 4 inches. So I'm just lining up my fold at 2 here, because that's the half of the 4, the part that has the 4 inches. And I'm marking there. And then how do I mark the 1 inch here? I can't remember. Well, I guess we can fold it like this and do 1 inch. And then we'll do the same on the other side. And I'll measure it the inch on the other side there. And do 1 inch. And for this one, that is more complicated because I cannot cut it with the trimmer. I'll just cut it with my big scissors. Oh, that was the other way around. I'm sorry. I marked it the other way around. This has to come down to the inch here. So let me do something else. I knew I was doing something wrong. All right. So forget about this. So this is my actually I can do it 2 inches and here, and this is 1 inch. So just right here. Forget about this. So we're gonna delete them. If I can get my kneaded eraser. Kneaded. Just go like this and pick up the marks that we don't want. Well, this is gonna go away, so I don't mind. So now we're going from this side here to the middle. And then from this side to the middle. There. All right. Just want to make sure that this goes away. Oh, and this has to go away because it's too noticeable here. Now. All right. Good enough. Now we glue this part, and before we glue this part, if you do this, you'll see, I mean, you can hardly see because we'll put the flowers, but I'm gonna just angle cut that so it matches. That's a little bit better behind it, just in case. So this is okay. I should burnish my fold so it falls flat easily, Now that we're done with all the markings, just gonna, it's a little bit of fussiness there. All right. So now we have our envelope shape. Okay. With my other part, before I glue this part, it's easier to put this in here. And we'll put it like that. To the top, aligned with this side, okay? So I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna put glue here. I'm gonna be generous without being extreme. Just close it. Let it activate a little bit. And that's it. And then, oops, see? That's why you have to let it activate a little bit. Okay, we'll wait a little longer. And then we'll do the same with this folded as it should be, as it will be. And let it activate. And now we fold it like that, and we put the glue here. See? We have our panels. I want to keep pressing down because it's not totally glued yet. I put quite, oh, okay. It doesn't matter, but now we close. This way we also guarantee that this is gonna be folding flat. I just wanna delete this little extra tick there. All right, so now we have our basic envelope shape, and this kind of moved while I was doing it down. I'm just gonna unglue it a little bit and glue it again because I want it aligned. Yeah, sorry about that. But maybe it's a reason why it didn't. Sometimes just the measurements are, you know, with the fold and such. But anyway, okay. Well, we won't fight it. We'll leave it as it is, as it wants. And if it's a little bit of excess, I can always trim that. See, there's something that's not working. Okay. Yeah, that's good. That's good now. All right. All right, so we have our basic shape of the envelope. Then we have here two squares of 2 by 2. Look at my fingers. I should actually clean them because otherwise everything's gonna be stuck on me. But now it's the easy part. See, I love my little alcohol wipes. They're so helpful. All right. Where were we? Excuse me. So the 2 squares. This is because you can glue the flowers directly here, as I did, but because you want them to be sprouting out like more triangle shape, if you put the triangle shape here, it will give you more room to attach the flowers. So we're gonna put this triangle shape here. Triangle meaning like the square, so we do a triangle with the glue. You understood what I was saying, right? And then we just glue it here. So when we decorate with our flowers, they kind of sprout out. And then you don't have to do it for the back. You can actually do just one layer. It would be pretty enough. They were saying also you can do a line shape here to line the envelope inside, but I think there's so many flowers. You're not gonna see it. It doesn't add that much, and I'd rather add flowers than for that. But that's an option if you want it. So now we have that, and all we have to do is start embellishing and putting some of these 24 flowers that I have here into my card. And I've been very picky. For instance, this one I ran out of. There's a petal that doesn't work, so I'm gonna stick down here because you won't see it, and you won't see the bottom. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue. I'm gonna start. It took me so long to start yesterday because I did it yesterday. Yes, so I didn't know how to start, but it's like just start and just get going. You can use dimensionals, but I wouldn't use too many because you want this to lay flat, and it already has a lot of cardstock in it. So, and just go with the flow. I did several kinds of flowers. I had more flowers here. So I told you there were more under the 24 that I was showing. And we, of course, gonna use some of the ones in this, but I use this mostly for like little holes and everything. So let's like I don't know. Let's put some green. Yes, I'll do that green there. I like it. So I use flowers from the Paper Florist. I use flowers from other sets, like which one was it? Oh, can't remember now. But anyway, basically use the flowers you have, because we all have a lot of flowers and a lot of leaves. And it's good to put some in front, and you can glue some of the leaves also in the back like that, which I did as well. So they come from everywhere. And then, you can building. I like my poppy. So I'm going to do the poppy right there. And then I'll do more green. But my favorite of these are from the Paper Florist, are these little ones. And you can do them in so many colors. And they just look all great. I love it. Combine the greens. And the other thing I was gonna say is that I used several techniques for this. This is watercolor paper with watercolor on top. This is with the blending brush. And then I use regular cardstock as well. Like this is like blending brush. This is watercolor paper, and it gets different effects. And then I have just plain cardstock like this. So I'm gonna try to combine some of the different flowers, and just to get the effect. All right, I'm gonna put this one here, and then we're gonna put some greenery behind it, and of course some of these. This, I love this. You will just gonna tuck them right there. Let me do just one layer because you get the effect, right? Just think that this will fold, but it shouldn't go up on top of this line here, because that's what is gonna go in the envelope, right? So let me actually take this off like this. Recover my silicone mat so I can access some of these smaller flowers. And these are from the same set that I can't remember now what it was. But it's one of the new sets that we have, yes. So I'll just glue this. And just keep building. Actually, I can put some green there. No, I already have green. No, I'm not putting green. I'm putting another flower. And some flowers I put a dimension, an embellishment in, and some I didn't. So just adds to the variety. And let's do this. Like, what am I red here? No, maybe too much red because we already have that red. And we have this. Okay, I have these blue ones here. These one from our feature add-on dies. And as I said, it's just that if you don't want to spend a lot of money in dies, and you're a paper pumpkin subscriber, it's always worth to get these dies because they have like nice elements to them that you can use just for several things. I want to cover the white there. Gonna put another flower in here. What else can I put there? Maybe no more pink. See, this is like where I get like too much in my head thinking. It's like, what else can I use? What else can I use? Different colors, different things. Maybe I'll use the little. No, I don't like it. Not feeling it. Oh, well, candy. Okay, let's do this one. I think we need something else here. But what we'll do is just put an embellishment in that pink thing, and that will make it pop. Here. One of these pearlized faceted circles. And we do a pink one for this little pink here. And I know what we need. We need more greenery right here, like here. Like either there or maybe behind. No, we'll do it behind. See, we're still good. Now we're gonna put something on the other side. Like maybe some of these. Not in this color. Some of these lighter pink ones or the orange ones actually. They will look nice. And just keep building. Yes, that goes. Like I need something else for here. Maybe this pink flower there. Yes. Oops. Oh, am I still having sticky fingers? So this is nice enough because I don't want to waste my flowers where you're not going to see them. I'm going to put some more greenery behind here. Now, what kind of greenery? I'll put this one behind. Yes. All right. So then, even something here. One of the smaller green thingies. Maybe it's smaller than that. I should have it. Yeah, now I'm gonna actually tuck this here. Yeah, I like that there. But use, as I said, use what you have. We all have flowers. You can build with them with the same flowers. I'm doing a little multicolored uh, bouquet, but you can do like the same, like in pinks or in your mom's favorite color, and it could also be a great birthday card as well. I want some more green back there. Let's see if I can do this. No, I like. All right, I'm gonna do that one. And I'm not gonna do the second layer because you've already seen me how I do the first one, and it's I'll just get it started. This is gonna be on the back of this, maybe like that. I think it needs something in there. See, this is how you start. It's like, oh, and then you end up with like a huge bouquet like I did here. Look at that. Sorry. Maybe I should drink a little bit of my tea. Yes, let's put this. I just thought of this and just put it right here to cover this little tiny bit of white that I see there. Okay, just gonna go for it. There. So this is my first layer. And then for the second layer, what you do is you build it here on the top part of the triangle, and then you just tuck it in because it's easier than just trying to glue things here in the back. Okay, so let's start doing that. I just do a couple. Just put my top one, and this is gonna be my top one. I decided. I should be using my silicone mat now that I have it. And just making room for my flowers. Of course, I want some of these. Beautiful bouquet here. And maybe some this one here. I hid them when you put them in and you don't see them, and I'm like, why did I waste that flower there? So I'm gonna put some of these smaller flowers in here. maybe coordinating color in my multicolor baby things, and I need a yellow. I think, oh, this needs green, of course. I forget. Don't forget your leaves. Actually, I'll put the leaf right there while it's still drying. Maybe another poking here behind this. See, I said I was not gonna do it, and now that I just get started. But I want to show you how to do the rushing thing because I thought it was so cute. Let's see how this is looking. I think it's pretty good. I think I'll put just a small thingy here. Perfectly. This is perfect for it. It's gonna barely be visible. And then we can just tuck it. I think I went overboard with flowers in the other one, and you didn't need that many. Yes. All right, and I'm gonna put a little of my, yeah, and we'll do this in case it can be seen. Tuck them in there. Right there. And see how it looks. Yes, I think this is good enough, right? What do you guys think? I think with this is enough flowers. And then we have to add our butterflies from the wonderful scenes. I'm putting quite a bit of glue so I can slide it down and it slides better. It's just gonna go in like this. And you know, if it opens, you can see, and it's not super visible. As I said, this one, it was gonna be barely visible, the blue one. But anyway, if you look from the side, you will see it, and you can actually stand up. This happened. I'm gonna actually add something there because I see a little bit of white, and no, you have to see just flowers. That's the point. Overwhelm them with flowers. And I'm gonna put this one, purple one. So just check, see how you like it. You can add more, you can add less. Or not add less, but you know, do less. Okay, I think I need my thing to move it where I want it. There you go. Now a couple of embellishments. Actually, we can use the white one, purpley one here for the one I just put there, just because even if you don't see it, I know it's there. And do we need more? Oh yes, the yellow one there. I knew there was another one. And for the yellow one, I can use a yellow darling duckling. It doesn't matter that it's not the color of that cardstock because the center is just different, you know. There, tuck in there. Beautiful, don't you think? All right, so now I'll show you how to do the rush ribbon, and it's very, very easy with a piece of paper. I thought this added so much. So we just grab a little bit of scrap, and it's a great thing to use your scraps Like something like that will do. Whichever color you combines, I think this will be nice. And I did a 1/2 inch, I think. You can do less. But a 1/2 inch, I think it's a good measurement. Grab your curl it with your bone folder. You break the fibers of the paper like this. And now that it's broken, we're gonna give it black ends. There. And now we get a piece of tear and tape. I'm gonna put it flat. I did it too high. Oh well. We're gonna have to live with it. May have done it too short, that's for sure. But anyway, I can always add more. That's a good beauty of tear and tape. And then you just start ruching it. Like so. And you can go up and down just by folding the paper and ruching it like that. And now it's, of course, I said it was too short, and maybe it's a little bit too long because my paper is shorter. There we go. Something like that. Isn't it cute? And now we need our sentiment. And I need a strip of white paper or another color. We're gonna do smaller than this. But we're gonna put the happy Mother's Day, sorry. And I did Flirty Flamingo, but it looks very, very, that I wanted a lighter one. What can we do? Maybe balmy blue. Let's see. Could be just any color, right? How do you like the ruching? I mean, do you like it as much as I did? I really liked it when I saw it. Yeah, perfect. I'm gonna make this smaller, and we're gonna put in double dimensionals because this is quite tall, the ruching. So I did double dimensionals. And I'll just use let's not mess it up. And take a little bit out of this so it's not so tall. And then we're gonna do angled, just because. Try to do the same angle on the other side. And we put it right here. Or in the bottom. We can put it in the bottom, actually. Let's do the bottom because there's almost no space here. So I'll do the bottom, and we can put it a little bit to the side with double dimensionals, as I said. See what, I'm only showing you 3 cards today, because 4 cards would take us almost to midnight. And these cards were a little bit more elaborate, especially this last one, right? The important thing is that you have your flowers ready in whatever color combination you want and whatever flowers you want. As I said, I used paper florist, but I used other flowers that I had from, and other leaves that I have from other sets. All right. And then we just put it here. And there you have it. Or Happy Mother's Day. Envelope full of flower bouquet. I could put more flowers here and here, but honestly, I think that's enough. What do you think? All right, so let's recap and I'll let you go because you've been very patient with me. Thank you for sticking around. And let's do the recap. I'm making room because my table is now full of stuff. All right, let's bring the other two cards. So that was. Oh, we didn't put the butterfly. Sorry, we have to put the butterflies. And I'm gonna put them in color. I'm gonna do a pink butterfly here. And what I did is that I had, and let me see if I have another one. I should have because I had it ready and I don't see them now. Yes, here. So I actually did this in vellum paper with the alcohol marker and water. And I'm gonna put it with a glue dot on top of the other pink and layer it like that. Look how cute. And then you see it peeking out like that. I like it. So this one is gonna go here in the corner with another glue dot. I told you we would be using this wonderful scene dies. You of course could use this sentiment. You can put the wonderful here if you want it. Actually, I like it farther up. There, almost in the border. And then, I've now put glue in here. But I can delete that. My glue eraser. And then I have another butterfly that it could be, I don't know, what do you think? A blue butterfly here, or a white butterfly, or one of these color butterfly. I think this floaty flamingo butterfly. This one is gonna be regular. This doesn't have the double wing. So there. I'll put it here where there seems to be less. So when you open it, you see the butterflies there. We can even put one in the top, but you know what? For this one, I went a little bit off with this, and it's gonna be harder to put in an envelope. But this one, I wanted to keep to the 5.5 size envelope, square envelope that I'm gonna have to make. But anyway, all right. So this is one of the cards, and then the other two were these, and where's Mom? Wonderful Mom. There we go. All righty. So that's it. That's our trio of beautiful Mother Day cards. Very different styles, more mother, more romantic, and I don't know, more flowery, more wild.